Hello, everybody. It's Menace here, and welcome back to Menace Minutes. That's right. It is the show where we react to the Kirk Minahan show. I'm coming to you. It's Wednesday morning, Australian time, Tuesday night, Boston time. We had a great show on Monday with Steve from Gloucester and Kirk, and then we have shows, I think, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was supposed to do a Minifandom tonight with Kate, but she had internet issues. And so we are doing it later in the week. But I had a few things I wanted to talk about. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to do a quick Menace Minutes to get them off my chest. I actually even started writing notes to this at like 3 a.m. my time. So, I really do eat, sleep, and breathe KMS. Um, all right. Well, look, let me start by saying I just want to talk about the Bruce Springsteen issue. Kirk going on about how he wants the Minifans to get Bruce Springsteen on the show and help him get Bruce Springsteen on the show. And I will say, if you're a producer, an aspiring producer, and you can organize Bruce, I think you've almost got the job when Justin leaves in a couple of months. So I would say to Handsome Johnny, PRC, I would say to John Dales, but I don't think he's really interested in the job. I would say, if you can get organized Bruce with Kirk, that will seal the deal for you. But apart from that, a couple of things. Just on an advice basis, I'd like to say to Kirk, never meet your heroes. I would suggest to Kirk, do not interview Bruce. Kirk, I don't know. I can just imagine Kirk and Bruce not clicking or something and it just ruining Kirk's love of Bruce for the rest of his life. Sometimes in life, you're better off not meeting your heroes. Keep your professional distance. So my advice to Kirk would be stop pursuing Bruce. Just have this unspoilt fandom. So the only equivalent to Bruce for me is U2. I love U2. I've seen them a number of times, read books. No, I'm probably not as obsessed with U2 as Kirk is about Bruce, but it's about the equivalent. I don't think I'd want to meet Bono. Like I wouldn't say no, and I wouldn't tell if someone did organize Bruce for Kirk. Of course, he's got to do it, but I still wouldn't be thrilled about meeting one of my heroes. I mean, it can spoil it for you. They can be disappointing. They can not live up to what you built up in your head. So, especially in an interview situation where you're going to be asking them questions, what if we get another Christopher Moltisanti type interview where Kirk asks a bad question and he what was the actor's name? God, anyway, forget it. And he doesn't just doesn't work out. So I'm telling Kirk and I'm rambling, but I'm telling Kirk because I care about him. Just give up on meeting or interviewing Bruce. I know you want to do it. I know you want to say you've made me a better father to my son, a better son to my father. Whatever you want to say to him, it's not going to mean as much to him as it is to you. It's going to be nothing to him. You like when you think about it, there's probably Kirk says he's Bruce's greatest fan. I would say if you look in the States, there's probably another 100,000 people who are as obsessed with Bruce as Kirk is. Maybe there's more than 100,000. Maybe there's 500,000. So Kirk is not unique in this, and Bruce is going to get this all the time. And as well, so that's the first thing I would just say to Kirk: just don't bother. But then on the other side of it, let's be real. There's no way Bruce, who's a crazy liberal, is going on with Kirk Minahan. They will do well. The fact that it's a Barstool show will rule it out straight away. But they will do one little Google of who Kirk Minahan is, and they used to be on with Jerry Callahan, etc. And it just won't happen. I mean, it's just unfortunate, but that's the way it goes these days. People want squeaky clean spots, and also you do get to a level of stardom where you're just untouchable. Bruce, there's that level of stardom where you really are, protected, and your time is valued so much monetarily that you just can't get to them. And Bruce is there. So I'm just telling Kirk, I get it. I do get it, but just move on and enjoy your fandom of Bruce without spoiling it by interviewing him. Like interrupting him during his talking or asking questions that he doesn't like. It just, I can see it going awry. It would be, yeah. Anyway, all right. So that's my Bruce Springsteen take. Now we're in a bit of a third chair crisis for the show, and we've seen it this week. So firstly, I've got some advice for Justin Trudell. If I'm Justin, I would say to Kirk, with the current state of things, you can't be telling me what days we're doing the show the week before or the Thursday before. I need more time. If I'm Justin, I'm saying I need more time to organize people so they can get time off work, so I can organize backup people. And if we need to change days at the last minute, we can still do that. We can cancel people, we can move people. But let's have a sort of a rough plan of what days we're going to do the shows over the next few weeks so I can start to fill the spots and we're not scrambling at the end to try and get people in. Yeah, but that's called initiative. That's something Justin doesn't have. It's called using your brain. It's something Justin doesn't have to use. So therefore, he's sort of scrambling at the moment. Like if I'm the producer, I would just say to Kirk, look, you can't tell me on Thursday what shows we're doing next week and expect me to organize all these third chairs. So that's the first thing. If I'm Justin with no blind mic now, and you all laugh, you all, oh, Menas, you're going on, especially Kirk and the people in the show, are you going on too much about blind mic leaving? Well, this is where we are now. There's a lot of spots to fill, not a lot of talent to fill them. Just, over like we've lost Bobby Costa as well. Apparently he's got a new job now and he can't come in. I wonder if Bobby's moved on from the show. I wonder if Bobby got the shits with the whole producer process. I don't know. I don't know if he took it to heart. I know Bobby looks up to me, and I said to him, I wasn't a big fan of Flop University. I said to him in a DM, it's a waste of time. Maybe those things have put him off, but generally, I think we've lost Bobby for the moment. And it's a real shame. I thought he had real potential. But if you're going to choose Flop University over KMS, bad luck. I mean, fly away, little bird, fly away. We also losing Gus, who's gone, and we're about to lose Steve from Gloucester, who's moving to the Cape. Now, I've been told by good friends on Twitter, Darren Cunningham, for example, that moving to Falmouth is not Utah, so Steve from Gloucester could come into KMS, but I don't think it's as easy as it is when you just live pretty close. Like if you're an hour and a half away, if Justin rings you, it might not be easy to get in the next day or that day or in a couple of days. So I would say, we are in a bit of a third chair crisis. I was stunned when Justin said they were bringing Ben Capaldo back this week. Now, so a bit of background. Ben was in with Greg Polar a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, and he's a bit of a prick. I will say he wasn't terrible. Jackson sent me a message that he was awful. He was pretty bad, but it was his first go. He at least did try to bring some topics. Some of them were awful. He tried to be like a tough guy at one point, picking on other people. He made some joke about how, Polar's last movie entry is his debate with Montante, and his sister's is Inside Out 2, which is basically ripping off Kirk's joke anyway. Anyway, so he is coming in again. The crazy thing is the night he was in studio, he came into Spaces and he literally carried on like he had changed the show. Like he was Blind Mike. He was the new Blind Mike. We were making like sort of jokes to him about how well he did, and he was taking them 100% seriously. So I guess in that sense, he's a fruitcake. So, but he's not someone I'd be rushing back in. And if I'm Kirk, so I really start KMS to be doing, shows with Ben Capaldo. I mean, I get bringing people in, try them out, but when we're bringing them back in, things are really desperate at the moment. And I don't know if I'm Kirk and Justin and Cullinane, who doesn't care. I have a bit of a crisis meeting. I think, what are we going to do now that we've lost Blind Mike and we've lost a lot of third chairs? What is the plan going forward? How do we solve this? Do we need third chairs all the time? I mean, I would much rather have, I actually think you only need one third chair. So Steve from Gloucester was in on Monday. I don't think you need two all the time. Like if Mutt's there with Kirk and Justin and soon to be Cullinane, that's enough. So I think you've got to sort of start to pick your spots a bit more. Think about who's good on the show, who's not. Um, but it's dire. It is really dire. And yeah, I just wonder how Kirk is going to go with this. Maybe one of the shows a week becomes like an interview show. Maybe they really dig into the call in show. So they were talking on, they were going to have Fridays as just a call in show, but recently they've started bringing guests in. Maybe you stop that so you have one less spot to fill and you dive into the calls a bit more, and then have guests in. I think we've got one Stephen L. Robinson coming in this Thursday, driving all the way down for a short show. Be interesting to have Steve back. Just such a prick, honestly. Just an awful, awful person. Really awful person. But I'm glad it's a short show on Thursday. As Coke said, I think it's an hour and a half because of Unnamed. So, yeah, I think we're in a real sort of crisis with the third chairs at the moment. I wish Sydney wasn't so far away. I'd love to go in there. But unfortunately, that is not to be. So, yeah, let's see how Justin and Cullinan handle this. I think we're going to get a lot of bad third chairs over the next couple of months. A lot of bad ones. I mean, you listen to some of the names that Justin was throwing up. I mean, it is crisis. All right, speaking of Justin, I am shocked at how little Justin has been tweeting about KMS in the last couple of months. Justin is completely checked out of the show. So he goes to the apparently it's his birthday this year. Anyway, coming up, sorry, Justin's birthday. Anyway, Justin, all he did was tweet about the Pats on Sunday, like 8 tweets and then his last tweet before that is the 19th of August, almost over 2 weeks before, where he retweeted KMS. And then he's retweeted Montante. Yeah. He's basically, for the last few weeks, he's just stopped retweeting the show. He doesn't retweet KMS ever. Like, I don't think he's really interested in it anymore or proud of it anymore, because, he's got almost 10,000 followers on Twitter. It's a good when Justin tweets it out, reminds people that there's a new episode out. He doesn't tweet about the show, doesn't tweet about the Minifans. It's just all Pats, and that's it. So, Justin is really checked out of KMS, and he'll say he hasn't changed, but he has. And the social media for the Kirk Minahan show just generally is in a absolutely ruinous state, and it's not going to get better. Cullinan's not going to do anything. He doesn't give a shit. That's Kirk's fault. He wants to run this sort of amateur hour business. Go for it. That's what he's doing. But yeah, the social media. Okay, there's a few clips on KMS Twitter, so there's a little bit happening there. That's for sure. Whoever it is, David in Maryland or Don the Jewel, is doing a bit there. Let's see what's happening on Instagram. But that's incredible. Like, Justin doesn't tweet. Like, Justin loves the Pats way more than he loves KMS. Like, for him to go to the Pats and be tweeting like mad, and then you look at his Twitter and he just hasn't done anything about the show recently, it's kind of crazy. These are the what you're getting on Instagram. No one posts these clips anymore in this format. Nobody. I'm telling you, nobody. It's all reels now. This is literally 2020 posting. 2020 posting. Look at that. People just don't do that anymore. People just do not do that anymore. It's quite incredible. You've got to format them, like reels. Look at that guy on his cricket podcast, formatted in a reel. Jesus. Even that one. Look, reel. That's a reel format. See? That's what you do. So yeah, that's Instagram. Let's have a look at TikTok. What's happening on TikTok? Same shit, I'm sure. So yeah, I get it. There's a lot to do if you're the producer of the show, but this is nothing's going to happen. I don't think it's just the way it is. Coke wants to run his show like this. Good on him. It's bad leadership. No, I don't care anyway. It's a great show. It's a great podcast. Sure, could Kirk Minahan make a lot more money? Sure, he could, but he doesn't need it apparently. So, and he wants to empower all these losers. What is this? The Kirk Minahan? What? I can't even find KMS on. Oh, here we go. Okay. You did have a good John Warren joke. So the last you did have a good John Warren joke. TikTok was when was Brando in? Come on. You did have a good John Warren joke, I thought.
Minifan, Airbnb, that whole situation.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, is that February? Sorry, it's the dates. I don't. Yeah, it looks like February. It looks like the last post on KMS TikTok, only like the biggest social media platform, was February with Brando and Blind Mike. Let me just go Google. Is TikTok the biggest? TikTok the biggest? Okay. All right. So, Facebook is the biggest social media platform, followed by YouTube, WhatsApp, and Instagram. TikTok is in the top 5 most used social networks worldwide. So it's a top 5 platform, and they haven't posted anything since February. Well, anyway, look, doing a great job. Great job. Bring Cullinane back. That's the way. Bring Cullinane back. All right. We've got a couple of other things. Scott Doncaster was in last week. Now, Scott should have just come. Well, firstly, if you're going to go in there, if you're Scott, you know someone's going to be watching who knows what happened. I mean, he's what happened to him was written up in a newspaper somewhere or on a news website with his name that he's from Massachusetts. So somebody's going to ring in, somebody's going to find out about that. So you had to know that was going to happen. So if I was surprised that he went white when this guy called in, you must have known it was going to pop up. And if it didn't pop up while you're on the show, that afterwards it would be on Twitter. And it was. And I think Kirk went through it on the show. But yeah, it sounded like he just had a mental breakdown, and I feel sorry for him. But you know, if you're that family or that girlfriend that got threatened, allegedly he threatened to kill them, that was what it was in the newspaper article, then I can imagine it was pretty tough for them as well. So all around, it's, you know, a sad story, and I'm glad he's doing a lot better. But Kirk's right. Probably better off just talking about it on the show. Say you made a mistake. Say you had a mental health episode. I mean, across from you behind the desk is a guy who's had a number of mental health episodes. So you're in a safe space. So yeah, I read the news article about what he did, and I feel sorry for him. But you know, I can imagine if you're the family of that ex-girlfriend, maybe there was threats and stuff. Then of course you're going to have a different view of Scott. You might think, but anyway, just. If I'm Scott, you probably don't want to go on the show with the skeletons in the closet you have. Well, I guess that's about it. Yeah, good stuff, Steve from Goss. A good appearance on Monday. Gus is driving west, trying to take money from Minifans to do a live stream. I think he's got $50 so far, so well done, Gus. And I guess finally, there might be a budding romance in the Minifan community. Mick met up with MM, so people who are in Spaces know who MM is. She's a great Spaces character, a great person. She's a huge Minifan, absolutely huge Minifan. She was originally a stoolie, but she goes back and just watches all the old network stuff. She's like doing a full rewatch of KMS where I think she's even trying to do the dates where like she'll watch a show and then watch the reaction show on the network and do it that way. So that is real commitment, more commitment than most of the producers have to the show. And her and Mick got up. Great plan from Mick. I mean, if you want to, you know, rinse your image clean, start going out with a, you know, a pretty Jewish girl. And so what will Portnoy say then? Hey, what will the haters say then? Mick can say, look at me. I'm not anti-Semitic. Putting my dick inside one. So there you go. All right. Well, look, we'll wrap this Menace Minutes up. So Minifandom will be back later this week with Kate. I think it's going to be released at what time? 10 p.m. Thursday night. So Minifandom's back. You know, John from Scranton's worried that, you know, Mena's live's being totally canned. It's not being totally canned, but I'm just sort of going to mix in Minifandoms and stuff because I don't want to just be the guy who's always criticizing the producers. And I say that after doing 20 minutes where 15 minutes of it was, yeah, I've got a cold, Don. I just got up. It's like 12 o'clock in the day here. I'm not doing lines like Montante, Mr. Don. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Minifandom is back. Mena's Live is back. You guys are the best.